Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today is November 9th of 2023. I will be starting a new video series related to Executive Order 14040. This was an executive order signed by current President Joseph Biden related to declassification reviews of certain documents regarding the terrorist attacks of September 11th, 2001. Today I will be reading the executive order in full and then be exploring the FBI vault and the documents that pertain to the release from this executive order. One very important document that was released was related to an operation called Operation Encore, which was an operation conducted by the FBI related to possible Saudi Arabian complicity related to the 9/11 terrorist attack. It's about 16 pages, so I will be reading that in a future video from this series. But today we will be reading the full executive order signed by President Biden in September of 2021. So by the authority vested in me as President by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, I hereby order as follows. Section 1. Policy. Many Americans continue to seek full accountability for the horrific attacks of September 11, 2001, including 9/11 survivors and victims' family members. As the 20th anniversary of 9/11 approaches, the American people deserve to have a fuller picture of what their government knows about those attacks. Although the indiscriminate release of the classified information could jeopardize national security, including the United States government's efforts to protect against future acts of terrorism, information should not remain classified when the public interest in disclosure outweighs any damage to the national security that might reasonably be expected from disclosure. The significant events in question occurred 2 decades ago or longer, and they concern a tragic moment that continues to resonate in American history and in the lives of so many Americans. It is therefore critical to ensure that the United States government maximizes transparency, relying on classification only when narrowly tailored and necessary. Thus, information collected and generated in the United States government's investigation of the 9/11 terrorist attacks should now be disclosed, except when the strongest possible reasons counsel otherwise. Section 2. Declassification Reviews. The Attorney General and the heads of any other executive departments and agencies that originated relevant information shall complete declassification reviews, not later than September 11th of 2021 of the Federal Bureau of Investigation electronic communication dated April 4th, 2016 from the subfile investigation described in Chapter 5 of the 2015 report of the Congressionally Directed 9/11 Review Commission to the Director of the FBI, which was identified but withheld in full during discovery in terrorist attacks on September 11th, 2001. B. No later than 60 days after the date of this order of all the other records that previously were withheld as classified in full or in part during the discovery in the terrorist attacks on September 11th, 2001, and the 2021 FBI electronic communication closing the subfile investigation. Not later than 120 days after the date of this order, of all interview reports, analytical documents, documents reporting investigative findings, or other substantive records, including phone records and banking records, if any, from the FBI's initial investigation of the 9/11 terrorist attacks, known as the Pentagon/Twin Towers bombing, PET bomb investigation, that reference the individual subjects of the subfile investigation and may be found through search terms, keyword identifiers, and other diligent means. And not later than 180 days after the date of this order, of all records from any separate FBI investigation other than the PET bomb investigation or the subfile investigation of any individual subjects of the subfile investigation that are relevant to the 9/11 terrorist attacks or to any of the individual subjects' connection to any agency relationship with a foreign government. Section 3. Standards for declassification. A. Consistent with Executive Order 13526 of December 29, 2009, classified national security information, the Attorney General or the head of any other agency that originated the information, as the case may be, shall be responsible for conducting the declassification reviews and making declassification determinations for information that originated within their respective agency. Information may remain classified only if it still requires protection in the interest of national security, and disclosure of the information reasonably could be expected to result in damage to the national security. Information shall not remain classified if there is a significant doubt about the need to maintain its classified status. nor shall information remain classified in order to conceal violations of law, inefficiency, or administrative error, or to prevent embarrassment to a person, organization, or agency. B. Even when information requires continued protection in the interest of national security, the Attorney General or the head of any other agency that originated the information, as the case may be, should determine, as an exercise of discretion, whether the public interest in disclosure of the information outweighs the damage to the national security that might reasonably be expected from disclosure. C. Upon the completion of the declassification reviews under Section 2 of the Order, the Attorney General and the heads of any other agencies that originated relevant information shall ensure that, as to all the information subject to such reviews but not declassified pursuant to such reviews, such information meets the requirements for classification in accordance with Executive Order 13526, which was mentioned above. 2. All non-classified information is disentangled from any classified information and, to the extent practicable, made available to the public under Section 5 of this order. 3. All information is nonetheless declassified in accordance with Section 3.1 of Executive Order 13526 or any successor order when the Attorney General or the head of any other agency that originated the information, as the case may be, determines that the United States government's interest in classification is outweighed by the public interest in disclosure. Section 4. Report to the President and the Congressional Intelligence Committees. Upon completion of each review, the Attorney General, in consultation with the heads of any other agencies that originated relevant information, shall submit to the President, through the Assistant to the President for National Security Affairs, and to the Congressional Intelligence Committees, reports on the results of the declassification reviews completed under Section 2 of this order, including a justification for each decision not to declassify information pursuant to such reviews. I would like to see if I don't think that's a public report, but that would be interesting. I was thinking above if they do provide reports like that, and it does seem that they do, only to specific subcommittees or congressional intelligence committees as well as the President. Public release for Section 5. Upon completion of each review, the Attorney General, in consultation with the heads of any other agencies that originated relevant information, shall make publicly available information declassified as a result of the declassification reviews completed under Section 2 of this order, except for information the disclosure of which would materially impair confidential executive branch deliberations. 6. General provisions. Nothing in this order shall be construed to impair or otherwise affect the authority granted by law to an executive department or agency, or the head thereof, or the functions of the Director of the Office of Management and Budget related to budgetary, administrative, or legislative proposals. B. This order shall be implemented consistent with applicable law, including the Privacy Act, and subject to the availability of appropriations. This order is not intended to and does not create any right or benefit, substantive or procedural, enforceable at law or in equity by any party against the United States, its departments, agencies, or entities, its officers, employees, or agents, or any other person. It's Joseph R. Biden Jr. right there, signature, the White House, September 3rd, 2021, filed the 8th of September, 2021. This concludes the reading of my new video series related to Executive Order 14040, signed by Joseph R. Biden on September 3rd of 2021, related to declassification reviews of certain documents concerning the terrorist attacks of September 11th, 2001. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.